When people make mistakes, do not define them by that. Their mistakes are not speaking of their future. God can redeem anything. God can transform anybody. Nobody is too far gone. Sometimes when a person makes a mistake, it's a catalyst for them to grow so fast. It brings the fear of God. It humbles them that they have made this mistake, and it awakens them to a weakness that they weren't aware of or being lazy about, to give intention and diligence to work on this weakness. So mistakes can be a blessing sometime for the purpose of instilling more fear of God in you. It can wake you up to see you need to take things more seriously, take obeying God really more seriously. The more anointed you are, the bigger calling you have, the bigger the enemy is going to attack, the bigger the temptations are. So sometimes a person may make a mistake simply because the attack was great towards them. We do not define people by their mistakes. You look at Paul, who used to be Saul. He killed many Christians. He committed probably the worst kind of crimes, the worst kind of mistakes anyone could, but Jesus redeemed him completely, forgave him completely, even gave him the highest honor anyone could ever have of being one of the highest level apostles, servants of God, and writing most of the New Testament, walking in extraordinary anointing, Acts 19:11. If anybody says yes to God's move, to God's revival, to his will, they have great potential to be used mightily by God. And we should honor that. We should have hope for that, desire that in them, rather than looking at their Peter-like mistakes on the journey there. So that being said, it's very important to have grace for people. We should not have this heart of like kicking people out, having this heart of judgment for others just because they're not as surrendered to God as you are, just because they're not as Christ-like as you have become yet. Because it is a process. We have to have this understanding that things take time and it's different for everybody. You could be like judging Saul, who became Paul. You could be thinking like he really should be killed because he's taken so many lives and he's still on a hunt to take more lives. So his life should really be ended. You could think that, but look at the amount of grace that Jesus had for Paul. This is the grace we must have for every person. We must see people with this lens of grace and see people with hope when God isn't done with his process of transforming them yet.